What's up, man?
Not a whole lot, dude. Hanging out in Manitowoc.
Oh, old Manitowoc, where there are more bars than people.
That's 100% accurate.
Yeah, places. That place is the cat's pajamas. If the only thing you would ever want to do with your life is work at a nuclear power plant and drink until you die.
I mean, that sounds pretty awesome for fucking most of them. That's what they live for. The booze and the radiation.
Yeah, that sick union gig, where
Dude, it's gonna be real rough for them when that place shuts down because the one right up the road from them, the Kewaunee
yeah,
nuclear generating station, it shut down, and I don't think Kewaunee was ever a happening town, but there's like, you know how those fucking mansions pop up around the power station?
yeah,
There's just for sale signs in a strip
that's
through Kewaunee.
so interesting, dude.
And you know they can't be 200,000 a piece, and no one's going to buy them because now the only thing left are farmers.
I I think a lot of them are losing that the what's it called, like the tax breaks and shit like that. Like the power plant, if you lived near it, you were getting like free internet, free cable, free power, free sewer, fucking name it. Like you probably didn't pay property tax. All you did was pay like your just your house payment, and that's it. So it cuts the cost down, fuck, 50% probably.
Oh yeah, and now that's bye bye.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Two Rivers, you're next.
Old Trivers. Come on down to Trivers, 'cause fuck saying two. That place. Had some good times there, though. To be completely honest, that place is a lot of fucking fun, man.
We make the most of it.
Yeah, definitely.
So how'd your weekend go, man?
Oh, went well. Went over to, what did we do Friday? Oh, Friday we cleaned the house and then played board games. But, Saturday we went over to this housewarming party for one of Melissa's friends, and I ended up meeting a dude who had just moved here from San Francisco, and he used to work for Disney Infinity,
Right.
and just got a job working at Amazon as a game programmer, but they haven't told him what he's going to be working on yet. So I'm super curious to see what the fuck Amazon is working on in the lines of game development.
Keep that little guy in a
Oh,
pocket.
for sure. He was a cool guy, too. I got along with him, so I think we're going to start dating. I don't
That's-
know. We'll see.
That's good. You could say things are getting pretty serious.
Yeah. Yeah. He has dogs, too, so, obviously.
Mm. I got in a pretty sweet,
Oh, man. Tell me about it.
pretty sweet car accident with a fucking Lyft driver. So, man, this guy picks us up, and we are going like we walk to this. It's a steakhouse in Milwaukee, and we can walk there now from the new place. Our walking, whatever it's
Like,
called, like
accessibility?
You know, how they give you the score.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone way up. So like, we could reach a bunch of bars, and we could reach 5 o'clock steakhouse, which is like the premier steakhouse in Milwaukee. So we were like, I made reservations. We're gonna go. Well, it's raining, so it's only a couple blocks, but it's fucking pissing rain.
Yeah.
So I just call. I hit my little button. I got like $5 off. So my Lyft was $1
Nice.
to go down there, and I was like, $1 to stay out of the rain. Yeah, like I'll do that. So this guy pulls up and picks us up in his little Jeep, and he busts a U-turn. Doesn't even look. Just busts a U-turn in the middle of the road. All right, dude. I like your confidence. Like, it all worked out. And he shoots down 2 blocks like this, and he's asking us a couple questions. Pretty nice guy. Super foreign. Like, obviously was another one of those taxi driver turned Lyft drivers.
Oh, okay.
So he's, like he's got the taxi guy lingo down. He's not using the GPS, even though I know it's automatic. Like, he asked us where it was. It was like, right down this way. And we're like, no, the other way. Like, he's like, oh, okay, hold on. He U-turn. And he heads down the street. And I was like, you can see the glowing sign from here. That's 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, you just don't want to walk in the rain. And I was like, nah, dude, for sure don't want to walk in the rain. He's like, okay. And we get in front of the restaurant. And he goes, all right, I flip you around and drop you off right at the door. And he does it again. But this time, surprise, there's a Honda Accord like there. And he pulls right like he's going to turn, no blinker. And the lady, dude, downtown, people just pass you. If you think too long, people pass you on the side.
Sure.
And so he pulled right, and this lady went to go around. He just yanked it left, tore off her whole rear bumper, like just rear quarter panel smashed the shit out of her.
So she was going the same direction as he was.
Yeah. He does. It's not oncoming. He's looking that way, but he does not pay attention. Like if he stops or slows down, he just assumes everybody waits on him. So he never turns behind him to look every time he does one of these super sweet maneuvers. The problem was this wasn't quick. We could like a car had passed him and then her, and he went right and he just started going back left. He's like still talking to us over his shoulder, and I go, whoa, 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 and he doesn't even. He's like, why? Like looking at me like, why am I saying whoa? And the lady tries to swerve, and he bashes her in the back, like tears her bumper off, and this chick gets out, and she's like, fucking throwing her hands up, and the guy goes, oh, that's not good. Nope, no, it's not. And I fucking grabbed Melanie. We're just like pulling out. We're out, dude. Like, we'll see you later. I got no time for you. And so I get out of the car and I go across the street, and they do valet, right? So the valet guys are just standing there under the canopy, and he's like, was it Lyft or Uber? Like he already knew. I was like, it was Lyft. He was like, those dudes are bad. Like, yeah, they're pretty bad. And but it turned out like it's a real nice restaurant, real upscale. And the owner found us at our table and was like, "Were you the couple that came in with the Lyft driver that got in the wreck?" And I was like, shit, we're in trouble because we like bailed on this guy." And he's like, I'm gonna have my bartender make you a special drink for you. I appreciate you still coming in and giving me your business. Like,
the fuck are you gonna do? Just go home? Like, oh, somebody else got in a car accident. I guess I'll just call it a night.
Just call it a night. No, I mean we stayed there all night. It was good when they had a band and stuff. The place is nice, but this podcast is brought to you by. So we went in, sat down, and enjoyed the evening. But it was just the like, whoa, come on,
it's
man.
fucking crazy.
Boom,
glad you guys are all right.
Yeah, we're lucky that he didn't make it in front of her, or she would have T-boned us. Like,
yeah,
it was lucky that he hit her because it was just like some fender. Like, it tore her fender off. He swung it into her, so her fender's laying off in the street. His is like crunched. Like, he fucking whacked her pretty good, man. But it was, other than that, a wonderful evening. So, started playing some of that depth game, which is surprisingly quite a bit of fun.
Is it?
Yeah. You're either a shark. I guess this would be video game, but you're either a shark or you're a diver. And if you're a diver, you collect gold and drop it off at your ROV.
Yeah.
It's very, when you push the cart in
Team Fortress?
Oh,
okay.
Or whatever, like that style. Like you're just your ROV is like accessing parts of the wreck, and then you dive in and get the gold and drop it off at the ROV.
Okay.
And then the sharks try to kill you and then destroy your ROV. And two players are
pretty realistic, though.
Sharks. Yeah, two players are sharks, and you can like pick your shark and you can unlock like.
Do they have names or are they just types?
It's types. It's like you can be the hammerhead, or you can be a great white, or you can be a tiger shark, and they all have different attributes. It's a new take on a very time old like gameplay style.
Sure.
But the swim, it's fun. You can you're swimming, so there's no range of motion that's not there. You can backflip over and come back, and you grab them and then you shake your mouse to fucking thrash
Oh,
your
really?
head when you're the shark. Yeah, so when you bite them, you just fucking go nuts with your mouse, and that's what tears the dudes apart. It's a lot of fun.
That's legit.
Yeah. So we played that for the rest of the night. So it's good times. Other than that, I guess fairly uneventful. I got the FJ.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
a
that's
thing.
right. How is it?
It's fucking dope.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tank. It's pure fucking testosterone, unnecessary. It's Japan's answer to the Hummer, right? Like, so the thing's so wide that I need 3 windshield wipers.
Oh, is it? Are you
And-
fucking serious?
Oh yeah, it's so fucking wide. There's 3 windshield wipers on it. The thing is, it looks tiny. Like every time you've seen a picture of
Yeah.
it or whatever, and even from the outside when you look at it, because it's built like a fucking Tonka toy.
Yeah.
You get in, and it's a 2-door, right? You're like, oh, it's just fucking 2-door. Nope. You get inside, full back seat, full storage compartment, and it's so goddamn wide. There's like the cup holders aren't like this; they're like separated out, and then there's like a middle
Jesus
section.
Christ.
There's armrests that come down because you can't put your arm on the center console; it's too far away. So when you get in it, you're just like, oh, dude, I feel like a little kid in here. But from the outside, it looks tiny as shit.
I like
don't know,
those
but
things. I want one, but
Yeah.
I
pretty
heard the
dope.
gas mileage was real low, but
Yeah, the guy at the place that sold it to me was like, so the gas mileage is pretty bad. I don't know if you knew that. And he was like, most Toyotas aren't that way. And I was like, well, like, how bad is it? He's like, according to the sticker, it's like 17 miles to the gallon.
oh, whoa,
I was like,
okay.
oh,
Yeah. What was your charger?
I'm trading in a fucking Daytona Edition Charger with like a goddamn 6-liter in it. So I get between 9 and 9.5. So I'm thinking that this is going to be fine for me.
God, I got to remember who said that then. That's interesting because, yeah, in comparison, I guess in comparison to a Prius, its gas mileage is terrible. But
Yeah, compared to a 4Runner or something like the Tacoma, like it's got the 4-liter tried and true Toyota power plant.
yeah,
That's got a little bit of tweaking done to it, so it makes like 280 horsepower. It's not a monster. It's just a big vehicle, and I'm sure if you hammer down an overdrive everywhere you go so it feels fast,
Yeah.
you would suck the fuel down. But yeah, the sticker on it says like 13 in town, 17 or 18 on the highway. That's not that bad to me, because I honestly,
it's
think
really
if you-
not.
If you relax on it a little bit, it's probably better than that.
Probably.
But you know, it's a big 4x4 SUV. I'm not expecting awesome. I think people expect it because it's a Toyota. They expect it to be
Yeah, people don't.
fucking 1,000
People don't have
miles
much
a
of a clue.
I'm alright with it. But that was it. There's that weekend.
Hell yeah. Well, that's neat.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat. I was gonna, had I not stayed up all fucking night Saturday night talking to Devin and being drunk and trying to play the basketball version of Rocket League,
God damn it, I haven't played it
it's dude, it is not for people who may be under the influence. Like, it's, dude, you have to have your shit together for that. Because you have to get it like over into. Do we have space news? Should we or like science
yet.
stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
We should
Well,
do it's time for space news. All right. Does that work? Is it a good intro song?
Mhm.
You know, you love it.
Yeah, it's better than what we usually
So-
use.
So I kind of wanted to start this podcast off, and I changed my mind. But I was gonna start off with just like screaming and saying like, "We have found life on other planets," and then be like, "Just kidding, just save this podcast for when it finally fucking happens," because I'm tired of every time I get on here. It seems like that's the new catchphrase for every planet we discover.
Yeah,
Like, it was really exciting the first time that we found a planet that was Earth-like.
Mhm.
And now every goddamn planet, it seems like, is Earth-like.
Yeah.
But I have skipped Uh, quite a bit of stories that have been like, have we found life over and over again because they just didn't pan out. And this is another one of those that I think probably falls into that category, but it was just different enough to warrant you hearing about it. And we found a nearby exoplanet trio, three little linked by gravity. Supposedly, we believe them to be rocky planets circling a dwarf star, a very cold dwarf star.
Hmm.
The star is putting out 3,200 degrees Celsius cooler than our sun, but I mean, in comparison, it's still like a lot of
Yeah. Yeah.
3,200 degrees, probably not a drop in the bucket. But those stars make up about 15% of the stars that we know in the known galaxy. So it's quite a bit of these stars are smaller than ours, but we don't find planets around them. And we found this one, which is only 39 light years away from us.
Wow.
Practically next door.
Sure.
Right, and I mean 39 light years. If we can figure out the speed of light, then this is a mission capable. If we were to find life, like if we found out there were cities on this thing, we could really start pushing for light travel or FTL and really try to get there, or at least communication with
Or at least find a way to fire a missile at it.
Yeah, or try to blow it
Right.
up, because they're probably communist. I just got
Shot in the dark.
It's in the middle eastern part of the galaxy, so
Yep, guilty.
guilty. But they're the star's designation is nothing that's going to matter, but it's 2 mass J2306298,
Obviously.
and it's roughly the size of Jupiter. It's about a tenth the size of our sun. Like I said, 3,200 degrees cooler.
Wow.
They started measuring dips in the light produced from this little guy in 2015 using TRAPPIST. It's the light measuring telescope at the Lucille Observatory in Chile.
Okay.
So, and we've talked about this before, how we discover new planets is we stare at stars, and when shadows move across them, we count them. That's how we're discovering all these different planets. In very layman's terms. Of course, these are very, very specific instruments that measure the degrees in light. This is like a pin nail head moving across in front of our sun that we're tracking.
Yeah.
But they can do it. So it's not like the sun, the star that
turns
we're looking
off.
at just goes away. Yeah, like, oh, it's blinking. There's planets. No, it's very minute. But they found a trio of these guys. And the problem is kind of figuring out their rotation, because they're linked together, that they're looking at somewhere between about 5 and 70 days is their year.
Whoa.
Their one evolution around this little guy. But they would normally be too hot to support life. But because of the gravitational link, it theoretically has slowed their daily orbit, like their daily twist on its axis, down enough that it would create cool enough atmosphere to support life on a rocky planet.
What the fuck?
So it's unique because it's not around a sun-like star. It's not around a larger one, which is what we've looked at before.
Mm-hmm.
It is around a dwarf, a little bitty guy that, because they're so close to it, hopefully because it's so cool, so much cooler, and they're locked in this little trio of planets, that we're observing clouds on some of the planets. And we are able, because it's dim enough and close enough, we can measure. What they do is they take light. As it passes through the atmosphere, it changes color.
Yeah.
It warps the spectrum. And by measuring that, they can decide whether it's oxygen or nitrogen or
Wow,
whatever
how fucking
basis.
crazy is that?
Right, dude. It's man, they are. It now is hard to keep up with stuff. Like, it's hard to decide what's important enough to get excited about
Sure.
now.
Yeah, that's understandable.
If we went back I don't know, 20, 30 years, and not only told them that we found a bunch of planets that might hold life, and we can tell you if they have oxygen or not. Just give us like a week. Like people would be like, it's impossible.
Be life on Mars. That would be the news article the next day.
That would be. But that's the situation with these three guys. Is this report is only 9 hours old. But faint red stars. The guys at McGill University said that faint red stars are the best place to look for warm rocky planets because they're not so hot that they're creating gaseous giants, and they produce a decent amount of infrared, but they're not like just bombarding the planet to make them basically nuclear.
Yeah.
I think it's the best place to look, and it's so close that we can do it. Like, you're looking at a less than a 40-year difference between what you're looking at and what we're receiving, whereas other events in our universe are hundreds of millions of years
old as fuck.
There's no way to know what would be there now. Like you were viewing a history lesson,
right?
Like you're not seeing in 40 years, and that star didn't go from the size it is now to like supernova or whatever. It's not a fucking black hole now. Like 40 years is nothing in universe.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that's exciting. That's where we're looking now, is these three little guys.
Nice. That's fucking cool. Yeah, I've been really pretty much 100% terrible about keeping up with any sort of space or science.
We've been a lot on the physical exploration of space lately. Like, well, here's an example. I don't have the write-up in front of me, but SpaceX won the contract, and it was like going to be the first bid to launch military equipment into space.
Yeah.
And it used to be Boeing and Lockheed Martin had a joint venture that did all of it. And they used the Soviet rockets. And the price was astronomical.
Sure. No point.
Like $60-something billion to put this in. And SpaceX said, we want to be able to bid on this contract. And they put the bid numbers in, and Lockheed Martin and Boeing dropped out.
I'm sure they couldn't even compete.
I think he did it for $6 billion. Like it was so the incredible amount less was like they went, and they had like ran on this principle that the technology was, because of political reasons, was hard to get because it was Russian made or something, and so they had been jacking the price up over and over again, and SpaceX came in and said, why don't you just build a different one? And that's what they did. They were like, this one's ours, and we own the rights to it, and it costs us X number of dollars compared to what you have that you are saying you can't purchase for less than $50 billion because of all this crap. Like, why didn't you just make another one? And they just dropped out. They didn't even put an offer in when they saw SpaceX's price.
Wow.
And SpaceX finally landed a drone, or landed a returnable rocket onto a drone boat successfully. And if you watch the video, it looks fake as shit.
Does it really?
It's the thing's like crooked, and then it's like coming down, and then all of a sudden it just goes boop, and it's like perfect. But
hopefully it's real. Hopefully they're not. Hopefully he's not just being a snake oil salesman.
Yeah. Just don't be nasty. Just actually go to the moon. That's all. The other day, he announced that SpaceX was going to Mars, and they were going to send a slower rocket but very, very much lighter. But it could take a payload, but it wasn't reasonable for human transport. And they're going to send this thing up there as like the staging for when people go.
Oh, okay.
And Melanie found the story, and she goes, "Hey, Elon Musk says he's going to Mars," and I was like, "Why?" Like, I thought this dude was like, "Fuck it," and like going. Because if I had that type of money, see, that's why I don't have that type of money. If I had that type of money, I'd go. I'd be like, so I own a space rocket company. And they'd be like, right. And I'd be like, I pay all of you, right? And they'd be like, right. And I'd be like, build me some shit. Just today. I want to leave in 3 months. Get that shit fucking rolling.
Yeah, you'd be dead as fuck. And
Dead
one
as
way
fuck.
or another.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't have any money. Elon's like, no, I'll stay here on Earth and I'll make stuff and we'll make improvements. I'll buy more companies.
Yeah, he obviously can't leave because, humans will just go back to not making any progress on the fucking space front. But
yeah, monkeys with fucking machine guns again.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Hopefully somebody will get inspired. It'd be cool if there was competition between SpaceX and somebody else instead of Lockheed Martin and Boeing just dipping out. Like if there was actually somebody else that was competing, I think the progress would be sped up quicker at that time.
They're going to have to compete. They're either going to have to compete or they're going to have to sell off all of their development work and all of their goddamn rocket scientists. I don't know what else to call them. They got to get rid of like that term is now so skewed, but I guess there truly are fucking rocket scientists. So they have to get rid of these people, and someone will take them. Like those people have to work somewhere. Like they'll band together. Someone will front the money to do what. Because Elon's not a
no
rocket scientist. No. He's not a car manufacturer. Nope. He is a businessman.
Yeah.
So there are more. If as soon as Trump doesn't become president, he will just do that or something. Like he's gonna be like, oh well, I guess I'll go rule Mars. First president of Mars, bitch.
Self entitled. Showed up by myself. Voted for myself. That's it. It's easy. Yep. It's easy.
Make Mars great again.
Just sitting there blowing a kazoo.
We need Make Mars Great Again t-shirts. That needs to happen.
I don't want to like involuntarily support any of them, actually. I'm good. I'm just gonna be over here like an ostrich with its fucking head in the sand.
Just wait till it
passes. I'm just gonna pretend that nothing's happening, and then when the dull roar of political talk dies down, then I'll come out of hiding and go, I voted for the other guy. When shit starts to go sideways, I'll be that person.
You got to go out now though and get stickers for all the candidates,
like 5 of each.
And then whoever just wins and starts bombing, you can go throw a Hillary sticker on. You know, like I told you to vote for Hillary, or whatever.
Just like over the years, they stack up, so like the stickers are like sticking off an inch off of your bumper. It's so stupid.
I thoroughly enjoy though. I think it's O'Reilly Factor. They end up on YouTube. This is how I see them. They send the guy out and he asks, and he's for sure just looking for stupid people. He's got to be. But he finds that these people are holding their supporters. They're holding like billboards, like Trump's a racist. Like they are out there and they are protesting. They're doing work. And he goes up and just asks questions about their candidate's campaign.
Yeah.
And the ones they show, at least, none of them have any fucking clue. Like, like, do you know what a democratic socialist is? And like, the guy was like, well, I just know that Bernie says, or I just believe that when he says that socialism will work for America. He's like, you believe it'll work for America? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, did it work for Greece? And he's like, were Greece socialists? Yeah. Just like going through, it's just these simple, it starts out simple, but he really makes them look. Like I said, they probably asked some people and they were very smart and they just didn't use that footage.
No. I mean, in their defense, like obviously if you're holding up a sign, you should know exactly what the fuck you're doing there. So
Yeah.
I don't care if they interviewed 1,000 people and 3 of them were fucktards. Those 3 fucktards shouldn't be there.
And it's, God damn it, it's a good time go in there and watch that stuff. I tried to, like, he goes up to one guy and he walks right up to him and the kid's got like bleach blonde hair and half of it shaved and he's like super pasty white with piercings all over. And he's like, so I see that you're a Bernie supporter. And the guy goes, why would you say that? And he just goes, just gives him a nod. Like, and he's like, well, yeah, I agree with most of what he says. But he, like, this one girl, he goes, so you believe in socialism? And she goes, yeah, I believe in socialism. He goes, well, here's $1. I'm redistributing the wealth. She goes, thank you. See, it made me better. And he goes, I made that $1 from capitalism. Because she's like, I hate capitalism. She's just like standing there with this $1. And he was like, so what do you believe in whatever, who it was, Bernie or Hillary's tax plan? He's like, yeah, I believe the upper 1% should have to pay more. And he's like, well, just out of sheer question, here are the numbers. And he gave like how much taxes were raised during Obama and the fact that, you know, we fucking still went in more debt or whatever. You know, none of this mattered. It's just the response. And like the guy just stops talking and stares and was like, are those real numbers? Like, these people are just, someone were like, here, go vote for Bernie, he'll give you free shit. And they're like, okay.
I just don't get it. That seems to be such
Trump.
a thing.
I mean, it works for any
Absolutely.
of them, it's so funny watching those
fucking people that think that they're going to make the difference. I'm gonna take my cardboard sign and I'm gonna go convince people because this is what needs to happen.
The violence of it is the one that kills me. That the equality side, the liberal Democratic side is always the one that ends up on the news, like setting fire to shit at a Trump rally or showing up with their tits out and like getting in these bashes. And then it's, oh my God, the videos are so bad. And it makes them look so bad because they show up and they're like, fucking rights for everyone, you fuckers, like screaming and like throwing shit. It's like rights for everybody unless you don't believe in what you believe in, which is what you're saying the other side's doing. So you can't win. It's all staged. Ask Conan OBrien. Did you see the Conan OBrien video where he showed the local news stations from around the country all repeating the exact same line?
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, he was like, it's kind of scary. And it's well, I don't have to tell you that gas prices are on the rise again. And then it says that clip, and then it shows 50, I don't know, it's a bunch. It just plays it over and over again of another local news anchor going, I don't have to tell you that gas prices are on the rise. I don't have to tell you that gas prices are on the rise again. And it just goes on and on and on. And who's the little dude that hangs out with him?
Andy something?
And yeah, so
the blonde-haired dude, right? That sits on the couch.
Yep,
okay,
it's Andy something.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Like he like tries to make a joke of it, points it, and Andy dude just kind of like creepily laughs and goes, "It's kind of scary." Yeah, your news is scripted. Nothing is original. They're not reporting anything. It's say this, insert local crime. It's
yeah, it's
today
fucking
we had
ridiculous.
A shooting today in Milwaukee.
It's just a Siri voice. It's Andy Richter is his name.
That's right, Andy Richter. God, that guy just. He better hold on to that fucking gig there at Conan. Because he had just about disappeared when that thing fell in his lap.
But he's been with Conan
can
for
you name?
for fucking ever, hasn't he? He's been with
Oh
Conan
yeah, but
since.
can you name the last thing that Andy Richter was on? Didn't he have like an Andy Richter show that failed?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Was that in between Conan OBrien being popular and not popular?
Well, when did Conan take over? It hadn't been that long. I mean, it's been a while now.
Well, I mean, Conan O'Brien's
remember
had
it
his own
happening.
TV show for a long time, since I was in high school.
Yeah, but he took over for.
Do you take Letterman's spot or do you take Leno's spot?
He was.
Hmm.
He was Leno because they might have run at the same time because Leno jumped to a different station, right? For a while, not like it matters, but Stephen Colbert took Letterman's spot.
Okay.
Here recently.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't watch any of those Tonight
No,
shows.
neither do I.
I'll pick up a couple of the ones that pop up on YouTube, but I sure as shit don't. I'll watch Last Week Tonight on HBO, but we usually watch that on like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I catch stuff on YouTube, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't know any of this existed.
No, I would know about 90% of normal everyday events. What are those called? I forget.
Pop culture,
Sure.
whatever. Kardashians,
Yeah.
that is. I just want to put this out there, just in case he listens to the podcast, that Chris Ping Pang Johnson today said this phrase: "Thank God for the Kardashians." I'm gonna leave it at that. Those words came out of his mouth, and then he just looked at me and went, "I'll never say those words again." And I was like, "I can't."
Is this
believe
out of context or?
No, nope. He was on the phone and then hung up the phone and said, "Thank God for the Kardashians." So I'm assuming
What the fuck?
he was talking to somebody and then that got him off the phone, but that was the words that spewed from his face on like a knee-jerk
Jesus
reaction.
Christ. Ugh. Gross. Send them to fucking Mars. Let them be the first.
Nope.
Let them be the first ones. Hopefully the rocket would explode upon leaving Earth's atmosphere.
They could just put them in like a quarter machine ride that just vibrates a lot, and then when they get out, that we could just dress different, and then when they got out, they'd be like, "Look, something happened. You got stuck in space for a long time, and you came back down. You're here, but you're not popular anymore." And we could just ignore them. Like if we could just ignore them, and then when they try to like get on TV and do something, we'd be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
No, let them go on TV and talk about it. We were on spaceships.
No, because there's way too many people that would fucking watch it.
Everybody would watch it. Actually, and yeah, everybody
this
that watches it
country
would believe him.
believes that a 1980s Olympic gold medalist dressed up as a woman and then gave him a Woman of the Year. So they will believe that the Kardashians went to space for however long amount of time and then came back down. And then, even though we know the time didn't change, that won't matter. I can't dress up like Spider-Man.
All the Kardashian nerds would get into fucking quantum theory really deep, and
that'd be our next group of
yeah,
scientists.
it would just be just false statements, just a book of false statements.
theory of relativity was basically just, not cognitive lateral achievement. It was mostly just about a single dyadic movement.
It would turn into Kardashian's theory of relativity. Fuck.
America's top scientists were busy on hair growth and lengthening erections. You should talk
For real.
You talk like a fag. Oh, It's a bleak future we're headed to, ladies and gentlemen. Make a difference. Pick up a book.
That's too good. Too good. It's too real.
Just cruising around the dark side of the internet.
Yeah.
And watched another one of the. I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel. I should remember it just to give him a shout out because most of the ridiculous alien shit I get from his channel, and he believes this shit, and so they had a video, proof of alien movement on the moon.
Excellent.
It's right there.
Yep.
It's right there. You can see this with an amateur telescope because it's just a little bit further than looking at your neighbor through her window. Just point it up, and you can see the moon that way. It's right there. This dude held a camcorder up to his
telescope.
Fucking telescope, and it's a rock, and a shimmer of light happens under it, and then again, and this dude's like, the government is gonna try to tell you that this isn't real. Nope, they're gonna tell you it's real. They're just gonna tell you it's fucking nothing. But he was like, this is the most definitive proof, and the only thing I think is you believe all this, and this is the most definitive thing you've ever seen. Dude, I just want one time one of these fucking crazy theorist people to be like, we got proof, and then it just shows a fucking crab monster.
Yeah. You're just marching around the moon.
Yep.
Just eating moon rocks.
Plain as day.
And then it
it
looks
just cuts
right
to
at
the
your
picture of the
telescope,
guy.
and then it leaves.
Yeah. Like that, and then a picture of the guy doing the video and be like, fucking told you. I told you. We've told you before we had evidence. Here's our evidence. And then just crab person.
Crab people. Crab people.
It's always
like people.
Them just fucking screaming that they have the most incredible piece of evidence. And every rational person, and the dude, read the comments.
Oh, is it just a bunch
so
of
good.
people that are just eating it up, or what?
Oh, it's people breaking their arms, fucking patting themselves on the back. It's we've been with you from the beginning, and we knew you'd find it. We knew you'd find the proof.
Oh boy,
watch the video.
You gotta tell me.
You'll find it.
You gotta tell me this dude's name.
It's yeah. You just proof of life on Mars, and then restrict your search down to last month. And this dude does. He's got a channel. It's got an alien face on it. And he's he starts this one. He's like, I've been telling you.
I love that.
Like,
I love that attitude.
We've got the proof. And the government's going to try to cover it up. It doesn't matter. We have the proof. Here it is. Watch it. We're going to slow it down for you. There it is.
That was
it is. It's just like a flicker of light. Obvious movement on the moon. We've already shown you all of the pyramids and the buildings that are on there. We have already shown you the government facilities and the Russians that are on the moon.
The Russians.
But now, without a doubt, aliens.
It's clearly the next step in evolution. They wouldn't come here.
So
they would
people
go
on the
to the
moon.
moon.
Yeah. There's so many people on the moon. It's ridiculous.
It's just pushing people out of the way. It's just a tourist trap. It's just lines of people everywhere. That reminds me of a Where's Waldo picture in the fucking book that I had when I was a kid. It was just you were looking for Waldo on this space planet, and it was just a fucking ton of people standing in line.
I want the proof of life. Just going back to the original story at the beginning of this, I want the proof of life to be definitive. I don't want maybe it's a microbe on the whatever. One time, I want some guy to be sitting at his computer, turning the telescope, and then go, holy shit. And it's just flying cars. Just oh my God. It's the Jetsons. This is going to be big. Full HD photos.
I want whatever life. Melissa, plug your ears. I want whatever life they find. I want scientists to find out that eating its feces makes you, I don't know, better. Makes you like gives you superpowers, but it's just shit. It just tastes like shit, and it's like it goes away
like
after like 10 hours. But if you overdose on it, you just like you're permanently like fucked. You just become like wheelchair bound.
You got to eat like a small platter of shit every day.
You just walk around and people just have like mustaches, just like the got milk mustache of turds.
I'd probably be first in line eating it.
It's so fucking gross. There'd be a line around the moon.
Oh, can you imagine? Like, and they would be like, dude, this species showed up, and they didn't try to take us over. They just started eating our shit. Like, we didn't tell them that it's the berry from this tree.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
But they're eating it after we eat it, and we shit it out. They didn't figure it out. That's the Rick and Morty episode where he creates the battery for his car.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest episodes. And he's like, there's something wrong with my battery. And he goes inside the battery, and it's a fucking planet. Like a whole generations of people that he created the world and then created a little box that they stomp on. And that creates power for their whole city. So everybody has to do their part and stomp on the stompy box. And the excess power powers his car. That's all it does. They're just his fucking car battery. And then a scientist on their world designed a smaller world that does like a hand crank wheel that powers his world.
Yeah.
So they stop producing power. There's not enough, like they just stop working. So it's not going up anymore. And he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing down here? And he puts on like
fuck yeah.
And he tells them that flipping them off means peace on Earth. Or peace on worlds or whatever. Peace on worlds. Woo! Dude, that's the best. Like, if we were to ever find out, I think some people would just ignore it and keep working. But could you imagine this just soul-crushing? Like, if we kept peering into the universe and then, like, somebody's like, what is that? And they like focus in. It's like Duracell backwards. Like we were just producing energy for some dude's car. Because the guy's like, my father died in one of these plants or whatever. It's like generations have lived and died. And he's like, yep, you're just my battery.
That show's good. Can't wait for that third season. I still need to go back and watch season 2. I saw most of it, but not all of it.
I'm sure this website's illegal as shit, but if you haven't checked out Tunova,
can you get it shut down, man?
Fuck him. It was a good run. He had a good run.
I don't know. I don't do the shifty shit. I like my computer to function, so I just don't do it.
I don't know if it would be illegal or not illegal. I don't know what it is. It just runs ads. You close the ad, like every video has an ad before it, and then it's every cartoon ever.
That's
like
awesome.
Anime,
so it's 2 Echo?
American Dad. I don't know what it is. But there's no commercials. It's not like it's recorded off somebody's television.
Yeah, quality's decent.
Oh yeah, it's all HD. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. There's no like this is illegal. Like, you click on it, you click whatever series you want, and then you just watch all the fucking episodes. And if it airs tonight, it will turn off, and then you can go on Nova like the next morning and watch.
Oh, that's rad. Speaking of which, do you watch Game of Thrones, or are you not into that? Okay, couldn't remember.
I know a lot of people are, but
yeah,
kids fucking their sisters aren't my thing. So
It's an adult. It's an adult that's fucking his adult sister. They're like probably 30 or 40, probably 40.
I watched a couple episodes of the first season, and there was like children, like most of the characters.
There are children, yes.
I was like, click.
Yeah,
Like somebody was like, dude, it's just sex and naked people and people dying. And I turned it on as kids and I was like, this fucking guy. And closed it. I was like, there's going to be naked kids any minute and I'm going to be Jared. So,
yeah, on HBO. That's,
well,
it's indie. Don't worry about it.
pushing the
Yeah.
boundaries.
Yeah, equality for everybody.
What's the guy in Canada that said he identified as a 6-year-old girl? He was trying to go to like kindergarten and stuff. They were like, well, where do you draw the line? Like, a guy can identify as a woman can identify as a guy. Great. What if I identify as a fucking raccoon? Like, where do you have to go? That's ridiculous. And then their argument's going to be just as valid as anyone else's. But there's no way to stop that. Like there's one guy in your neck of the woods out there in fucking Seattle.
Oh yeah, no
that
doubt.
got his government issued ID as him wearing a fucking fox hat or some shit, because he identifies as a fucking fox.
Man, he's like set up to do that. Can't be real. That can't be real.
Does that mean he can like poop in the woods, like just walk outside, take a shit without getting in trouble? He won it on grounds that women can wear the fucking burqa. And it's like, it's not even like a good costume. It's just like a dumbass hat.
I can't find anything. I'm gonna have to look at this. I'm gonna have to look at this later.
They had him.
Oh,
on
I
the
see
Joe
it.
Rogan
It's the
Experience.
fucking hat. Oh, it's an Oregon ID.
Oregon. Okay, it's pretty close.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah, it's a little hat. Right on. Well, that's
Keep Portland weird.
that's cool. Fuck it, that place sucks. This just further proves that place sucks. Yeah, man.
Just a
Yeah, man.
little
Fuck it.
too-
Do what you want, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. We just got to do it before Seattle does it. So yeah. Anyways.
Well then, that's all my weird science news.
Space Foxes is the sum of this story. Space Foxes live in Oregon. Proof is on the internet.
Proofs on the internet.
You can see
Oh,
this
pictures
space
are gonna
fox through a telescope if you move in next door to him and stare through his window.
His mom's window.
Yeah.
That dude for sure doesn't live on his own.
No. He might live with his kids. Like his kids might support him. Like his kids are like 18 or 19 and like have jobs or something, and he lives in their house with them.
If that guy reproduced, she has got to be equally weird. Therefore, those kids aren't going fucking anywhere.
Come on, man. You could walk outside of Manitowoc, your fucking hotel in Manitowoc, and find 10 bachelorettes that would be acceptable matches for that dude.
And agreed. And their children would not be fucking able to support another human in any way that he was
Maybe
able to.
they got to succeed at some time.
I made more little people.
Finally, a game that I'm good at.
So,
You want to talk about video games?
I do want to talk about video games. What do you have for video games?
Fucking Overwatch beta starts tomorrow. And
Is it open for anybody that pre-orders?
yes.
So if we pre-order tonight, we can play the open beta
I think that time has passed.
now? Oh.
Yeah. So I'm super stoked for that because I did. And I am
I did.
very excited. Very excited.
When's the actual launch?
24th, I want to say. But Battleborn's coming out tomorrow also. You played Battleborn with us, didn't you?
Nope, no, I didn't play it.
Oh, okay. Just Devin and I then. Expected release date, yeah, 5/24. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, 24th of this month.
That's not too far away.
No,
Not
it's
too
not.
too far. I'm excited to play it full on. That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, hell yeah. It is very fun. Very fun. The balance seemed pretty legit for when I played it in beta a couple weeks ago. That closed like invitational or whatever the hell it was. I don't know how I ended up getting a key, and then you guys, like you, Devin, Mike, Matt, none of you guys ended up getting one.
Mm. I signed up a lot later though. You could have signed up early enough
Yeah,
to
maybe.
make the list. Yeah, we were a little late to the game, but that's a game I'm excited for. That and when does Doom come out? You remember? It's
I
real
want to say
soon.
the 17th. Fuck, I should have
Is it,
that.
is it even that far? That's looking forward to Doom coming out as well.
Jesus Christ, he's everywhere. I googled Doom and why Donald Trump and Ted Cruz could spell Doom for California GOP. It doesn't matter where you try to go right now. May 13th is when it comes out, so next week, 4 days after Mother's
May.
Day.
I thought it was. Oh yeah, that was the old E3 release.
Mother's Day is coming
May 13th. Fantastic.
up. Fucking nerds.
That is right around the corner.
Did you see
Get your
that?
mom something nice.
Yeah. There's some flowers, or just say hi. Did you see
Today
that?
is my mom's birthday.
Is it really?
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Brad's mom.
Enjoy your Japanese steakhouse. Steakhouse. We know what you mean by Japanese male hooker. But
Terrible.
nah, it's fine. No, that was like our tradition. I'm cool that my mom went and did that because when I was a kid, every year on my birthday, my mom would take me to Mikado's, the Japanese steakhouse where they do the hibachi.
Yeah.
That was like our thing. We'd always go to the fucking Japanese steakhouse.
That's
Like me
awesome.
and my buddy would come fucking chill there and eat some hibachi grill. It was dope,
Hibachi-
and that's what she's doing. today.
Habachi-san. What did you see the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video?
Infinite Warfare?
Warfare.
I did, and I know you're probably not excited.
It. I know what it's going to be, and no,
I think this might be a don't get for me. Like not even a sample.
I bet it's better than Black Ops.
Is it really?
I bet
Is
it will
really
be.
going to be
I
better?
mean, just Infinity Ward makes better games. It's just how it is.
Who made Advanced Warfare?
Infinity Ward.
Roger. So it's just going to be more jetpacky fucking bullshit, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't take it anymore. I don't want it. I don't want.
I just deleted Advanced Warfare from my memory and didn't accept it as.
Advanced Warfare and Black Ops, if you think one of those games is really truly better or worse than the other, then it's just got to be a fanboy set to me, because those games were fucking identical.
Yeah.
Like now when it came down to the story mode play of Black Ops, I was excited because you weren't jetpacking around. It wasn't a thing. And then you got to multiplayer and you were just same thing. Same jetpack.
It's
Like, they
interesting that
toned
it
down,
it
but not
seems like
much.
it seems like their focus is on the story when the focus should be on the multiplayer, because people don't run out and buy Call of Duty for the fucking story. Because the story's paper thin. That's not like it. I mean, it may be interesting, but it's what, like 7 or 8 hours of gameplay, and then you go and you
it's
put
very
in
short.
120 hours of gameplay
Right.
onto the multiplayer.
I appreciate the story, but it is not why, I will agree with you, it's not why people buy Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I love the fact that there's such a big company and such a big name that it's always like big name actors in it. The voice acting is fantastic, but it's a quick play. You buy the game, you sit down, and you hammer it out in an afternoon, and then it's done. There's no real replay factor to it. There's not a ton of Easter eggs. It's not Halo where there was a reason to go back and go harder and harder difficulty and collecting all the skulls and all that stuff. Like that's gone. Now it's you play through, you got to learn the story, and then you jump over to the multiplayer to play an unrealistic amount of hours in multiplayer.
Sure. Yeah.
People play that game every single day, all day from the time one releases until the next.
Yeah.
I just played 2 matches of Call of Duty Ghosts with one of the new guys that we hired because he had it on his PlayStation.
Did you guys just play like split screen or some shit or what?
Yeah.
Okay,
just
cool.
Walked over and played split because the internet here is too crappy to actually play. But we just threw some bots on and ran around. Ghost was a bad game.
That's what I heard.
I don't think I realized that when it came. It's hazy. I don't know why they did that. Like every match,
To cover up shitty graphics.
Yeah, I was like, "Why is your game so hazy?" He was like, "This is what he says to me." He goes, "You PC gamer?" Like, yes, but I don't remember. It was like that's why I stopped playing Call of Duty. That was the last one he ever bought was Ghost, and it was because they made it like hazy. Like there's a fog always.
Was that a console generation? No, it wasn't, was it?
It was from the old one, and then they brought it to 4 and Xbox One.
Oh.
But I think I played it on 360. But it was bad. Real bad.
So he was playing it on the PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that must have been they must have done that to cover up. Jesus Christ. Activision owns half of the internet with stupid Call of Duty fucking URLs that you wouldn't even Xbox One, Xbox 360. Fucking yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense. That's so weird.
It was a bad play. It was just
it's
sluggish and
such a cash grab. I will say that every single one of them is a cash grab. I enjoyed Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, but it is the fucking Madden of shooters. And they've been like that since Call of Duty came out, and they realized that they could just start pumping out war games and fuck it, why not? People will just keep buying it.
And it worked. It worked for a very long time, and it lost it for me when they started adding the crazy jump pack shit. There's a place for that, and it's in those unrealistic shooters. You make a Team Fortress 2 style, whatever fun game where you're jumping around all crazy and shooting unlimited ammo. Do whatever you want. That's fun. But if you're playing the realistic version, I don't need biosuits and double jump.
Yeah.
And parkour.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I totally agree. It's so interesting that like you just change the setting of something and suddenly a whole bunch of shit becomes acceptable. Like you're not going to have somebody in Call of Duty running around with a musket. What in the fuck do you think? What makes you think that a rocket pack is going to be a good idea? Like stay inside of the fucking times and don't do I don't know. I guess it's the hype right now with all the fucking movies and shit and every. Yeah.
Well, it's going further. The next one is supposed to be like post-apocalyptic.
Boy, that makes sense.
You saw the thing. It's like it's basically if ISIS was white people and they won, and it's like this super like they're rewriting the history books and they're what was it? He said he was gonna erase them from the history books and from now on they would only know them and it's fine. It'd probably be a good story. I mean, as much as they are, it'll be a fun 8-hour playthrough. And then
maybe
you'll get into multiplayer, and I'll be jetpacking around. It'll be Jetpack Joyride in 3D with guns. So I can't do that again. They had my hopes up with the last Black Ops when the regular story mode did not have that, and then bang, hit me in the nuts with a new one.
Yeah. It's
Or
interesting.
with the online play.
It's interesting what, yeah. It seems like cut and paste for a lot of the shit. I don't know. I was stoked at the end to see Captain Price, and then I remembered that the ending is just the remastered Modern Warfares. So Captain Price isn't actually in Infinite Warfare. He's just in the remastered version that comes along with it. Which I'm curious to see how they're gonna, if they're gonna do online play with that, or if it's gonna be like remastered Modern Warfare maps that are playable on the. I didn't read about it. I should have, but I'm curious to see if it's a Modern Warfare maps that are remastered that you can play on Infinite Warfare online, if that makes sense. Or if they'll have like a section for Modern Warfare Online, or if they're just not even gonna fucking do it, and they're just remastering the single player version.
I don't know. Seems like a waste of time to remaster this generation console game.
I think remastering anything is a fucking waste of time. I think it's an absolute waste of time, and that goes for music, movies, anything. I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's a sign that the artist or the studio is at a wall and they don't know what to do. Like their creative drive is gone.
It's a surefire way to make money on very little work, because how many people does it take to make a game in that studio? I mean, tons and tons. But for remastering, you're really only going back to your artists. Like the digital graphics guys are going to take the code of the game, all that's going to all stay the same.
Yeah.
And they're just going to overlay prettier graphics, which is console players. That is an insult to your intelligence that you're buying these games, because go download Skyrim for PC and then see how many free skins you can lay over it to make the thing look like it was made yesterday. You can play. I have it. You can get Fallout 3 and put a skin on it, makes it look just like Fallout 4.
That's like, so fucking crazy.
This has been a thing for PC forever, that the user community would upgrade great old games to make them look good. Like you can play what was it, Arcania Time on the Unreal Engine.
Really?
Yeah,
what the fuck was that?
Incredible. Zelda.
Oh, Zelda. Ocarina of Time?
Ocarina, sorry, not Arcania. Ocarina of Time.
Jesus Christ.
On like an Unreal Engine. Looks ridiculous. Like these are, and this is all free and done by users.
It's incredible how much time people put into that shit.
Yeah, and they're not making any money on it, and then you're paying $60 for the same game again. If you're going to remake something, it better be multiple console generations old. If you're going to remake, I don't hate them doing the Final Fantasy again.
I don't hate the fact that they're doing Final Fantasy. I hate the Final Fantasy fanboys.
I don't play Final Fantasy, but I liked that the most popular one ever got remade for a new generation. Like they reskinned it and all that, and they said it was an incredible amount of work to have that happen. It almost cheaper to build a new game, but there was purpose behind it. If you were to redo very old game, Devil May Cry, was it Devil May Cry? I think it was, that I bought the remastered, and it looked gorgeous. This is that took a studio again to make this game new and playable.
Yeah.
It's, it follows the same storyline, but very little is, the code wasn't taken like from the original game and used. It would be useless. But when you take a Xbox One game and then remaster it to be re-released on Xbox One, Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's real. It's real shitty. Real shitty of you.
Yep. I'm sure they'll keep at it. It is
Like-
hot as balls in here. Am I just having a moment? Jesus Christ.
Jeez, I'm like hot flashes. The Last of Us. They did that. They took a current generation game and remastered it and redistributed it.
Well, with the remaster for Call of Duty, it's Modern Warfare like 1, 2, and 3. So it's like it's the old ones that were out for like 360.
Are you paying for those? They come in free with the game.
Well,
Probably gonna have to pay.
I mean, they come as free as paying for something is. You know what I mean? Like you're paying for a $60 game, so you get that included in there. I wouldn't
That's
call
what
it
I'm
free.
saying. Is it if it's included with the $60 game?
Yeah.
Then I'm happy they did it.
Yeah.
But if I can pay $60 for what is it? Fucking Infinite War.
Yeah. Infinite
what it's
Warfare.
Infinite Warfare, or I can buy the deluxe edition for $129.99, and that comes with the remastered.
By the way, it was
That's-
announced it's going to be with the game. Like that's like you
Okay.
buy Infinite Warfare and you get the remastered.
I'm all for it. I mean, Halo kind of did the same thing with the. I think you bought the game, but you got all of them, all the way back to Combat Evolved, all remastered all the way up.
Right on.
For one title price. That was an enjoyable thing because I got to play all of them on a new console.
Well, that's cool.
So I can
Excuse
take
me.
that as a bulk deal, but do not charge me another $60 for them just being
That's
redone.
no shit. So, moving on from a game that both of us are lukewarm about, Dawn of War is going to have... did you ever end up playing Dawn of War 2 or Dawn of War? The Warhammer 40,000 RTS?
Oh, no, not really. I got an add-on given to me, but I never had the original game.
That was weird that they sent you a fucking expansion. But they're releasing an announcement tomorrow of whatever the hell they're going to announce, some new game, but there's no... I think their website just says announcement May 3rd on it, and that's it. So
All
look
right, good. We'll
at
have
that.
something on it next week.
And
Game Workshop.
2 days, in 2 days is May the 4th, and in honor of Star Wars Day, EA is giving free PC trials for Star Wars Battlefront, and they're giving away free credits. So
I might log on. The
sh-
game wasn't terrible.
it was beyond
bad, but
terrible.
Wasn't terrible.
I
It's fun
can't
to
talk
play.
shit. I didn't play it, so I can't talk shit.
It's just not. It looked really good.
As soon as I saw
got
the
it, like-
tokens, oh, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, the token thing. I told you that from the beta, man.
Yeah.
When I played that fucking beta, and I was like, oh, maybe they'll get rid of it before the real game because this seems kind of half-assed.
Yeah.
And then it was there.
Yeah.
Dude, that's not the way you do that.
Game Informer said the same thing. They were playing through it. They're like, man, I don't know. There's like this token system. I really hope they get rid of it before it releases. Everybody said the same shit. Nope.
That was
Nope.
They built the game and they were like, so you're just gonna have them run up and get in the vehicles? And they were like, oh shit, we forgot to do the vehicles. Nah, just throw tokens on there. What? Like you can't aim for like there's no what? Like, there's no way
So
for you
stupid.
to actively seek them out. You can't try to shoot your enemy as he's trying to get to a speeder or
Yeah.
something and then like steal it from it. It's not a thing. You just oh, there's one. Got my AT-AT. Yay. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Man. Like, oh, I'm Vader. Yay. That right there really did kinda ruin
Palpatine
that
flipping
game.
around, fucking
Oh,
chopping
God.
people.
Yeah, that's as bad as the fucking remakes of the prequels of Star Wars where Yoda does it after he limps around in a cane. No, he's 900 years old. Just make him old. He could just force push people around, and that'd be fine. Like
That was
and just-
that was the problem I didn't have a problem with that at all when I saw that movie. I was like, damn, Yoda's pretty badass. Thank God there's something decent to look at in this, because yeah, we don't have to open up the Star Wars can of worms, because there's currently been 4 episodes as far as I'm concerned, and I'm happy to see that they continued after all of these years.
Yeah. I told you I was going back and trying to watch them. Oh my God.
Yeah, maybe
you don't remember how bad number 1 is. You just don't.
Maybe if I just get real high.
Bad.
Yeah, I saw it a long fucking time ago.
Yep.
So
did I. And I was like, you know what? I just listened to everybody talk about how bad it was, but I don't remember it being that bad. Like, I remember fucking Darth Maul being a badass.
Yeah.
Like a fucking kung fu flipping. Like, I remember that. And I was like, I'm going to watch it again and give it a fresh set of eyes. And just, like, oh, God, put my head in my hand and, like, fuck, Jar Jar.
Dude, so
like,
bad, dude.
Yes, a master. Me's a Jar Jar Binks. I'll get you some lemonade. Like,
there
you
goes.
can't. That guy's too much.
That was the end. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, he's back. Oh, shit.
Probably a solid amount of time right there where we were talking over each other.
Yeah, there might be. I'll take a look at it when I edit it. Yeah. Well, I mean, that works. I spent probably collectively 8 hours, 7 or 8 hours trying to beat a boss on Dark Souls 3. And just got my fucking ass beat over and over and over again. And I finally fucking beat him today. I came home from school and I was fighting him and I died a shit ton of times. And then I just like set down the controller and went and looked at YouTube videos. Watched one video of this guy fighting in. It's like, well, that's no different than what I'm doing right now. So then I went and read about Overwatch, because that's just kind of, what I do. This is my guilty pleasure right now, is just reading about a game. It's just like looking at pictures like, whoa, this will be fun.
This is going to be so much fun.
And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to try it one more time. And I got onto Dark Souls, and I ran in there, and I fought him, and I killed him. And I had like 6 pixels of fucking health left, dude. And I was just like, my hands are shaking. My hands are soaking wet. And I set down the controller. I was like, no more. I'm done for the day. This is fucking it.
Find a bonfire.
Yep. Did that. Got the fuck out of Dodge.
George started playing it. And that's the first time we got the trade. And he's like, you play Dark Souls? I was like, no, I don't play it. He's like, I almost broke my controller. Like, he's like, it's good. It's really good, but it's so hard. It's like the thing. It's like their thing.
I was playing it while Melissa was home the other day, and she was like, "Is that even fun?" I was like, "Oh, it is. It's don't even fucking talk to me. It's super fucking fun. you just don't even know." You just don't even know.
And throwing things.
Yeah, I'm just yelling "fuck" super loud in the corner of the apartment at a wall. But
enjoyment.
Yeah, I mean, once you beat one of those bosses, it's fucking. You just want to run outside and fucking sing and run down the street. But then you realize that you're a nerd that plays video games, and you're probably not going to be running anywhere. Certainly not going to be jumping off of anything.
You get Stockholm syndrome from
yeah.
It's just brutal all the time, and then when it brings you the sandwich and doesn't rape you that day, you're like, oh my God, I love you. No, the cage is fine.
At least it doesn't feed you a shit sandwich like Call of Duty, but I digress. Oh, and I had an announcement for last week. You can watch Lionsgate movies on fucking Steam. Did you see that?
I did see that. It's now popping up a ton of movie stuff, which I wish I could turn off, but I haven't figured out how to yet.
I wish I could turn a lot off on Steam, but
like Steam is, you're there for my games. Don't you dare Amazon video it up and.
Oh man, I watched Ex Machina for the first time the other night, and I watched it on Amazon Prime because that's the only place that you can find it right now. It's not on like whatever. It's not on Netflix or HBO. But Prime has like, if you're watching it and you move the mouse, a little like overlay will pop up and it tells you what actors are in the scene, and then it tells you like trivia for that movie. So it's
That's
like,
pretty dope.
yeah,
I didn't notice that. That movie is really good though.
fuck yeah, it is.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Don't fuck your AI robots.
Don't even try is the moral of that story. Don't even fucking give it a solid college try. Just nope. Leave her in her box.
Yeah. Stay out of hers.
'Cause now you're just gonna, he's just gonna die in the woods. All alone. Oh fuck yeah, man. Well, I need to call it. Got some Stardew Valley to be played.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yep. And the internet almost lasted for this entire
Yeah,
episode.
I'm super impressed that it did as well as it did.
Yeah, we only got a couple that are gonna be real wonky.
Yeah, there's gonna be sections that people are gonna feel like they hit a time warp, but
Yeah, no. That's what this thing's about.
Yeah.
Well, as always, go over to Facebook, look us up at Horrible Influence, and subscribe to the channel at horribleinfluence.podbean.com.
Yay. Thank you, everybody. Brad, take care, sir.
Bye.